What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back at the game, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new monsters that have recently dropped here, and of course, the special event that's going on. So for those that don't know, we got two new monsters in the game, the Weapon Master and the Rune Hammer Blacksmith. So as you guys might have guessed, during the holiday season, they're going to be doing a summoning, like, I guess, event, essentially, where we just summon monsters and we get a specific amount of points, and after we achieve a certain amount of points, we're going to get ourselves some free rewards. So as you guys can see, we got some mystical scrolls, we got the new Rune Hammer Blacksmith unit that we're going to be able to pull here. So if you are not lucky when you do these summons here, at least you'll be able to get a blacksmith to play around with. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually take a look at these units here. I'm actually curious to see how good this is here. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and start with the blacksmith here. A Fire 1 Miriam, first skill that we got going on here, just a regular ability that has a stun chance. Second skill, a beneficial effect buffer, right? We get the attack power, the defense of all allies, and it creates a shield as well if Great is activated with a 30% chance. Now, correct me in the chat, or not correct me, but just tell me in the chat down below. I've been looking over some of these here, and I must be missing something. As far as this Great being activated, I don't know if this is like a silent kind of passive or kind of ability that can proc or whatnot, because I don't see anything on these units that resemble something that says Great. So for some weird reason, this can, proc at a 50% chance, but at the end of the day, it is a buffer, which is kind of nice because it will go down to a 3-turn cooldown when it's maxed out here. Now, this is actually really, really cool. This Blacksmith technique increases the attack power, defense, or increases the effects of the attack power, defense, and attack speed of all allies received. So this is nice because this is, if you're running some kind of composition that can, I don't know, first turn, cleave or whatnot here, you can get a ton of value out of this. I don't know what Miriam, what else Miriam can do outside of just kind of buffing the unit and whatnot. It's not like she has buffs and like an attack bar, improvement per se, but she's just going to improve the overall value of this here. And again, if you think about like artifacts and stuff like that, we got artifacts that improve the increase in effect. So this is something that can really stack up pretty nice and potentially do some damage here. I'm curious to see what kind of compositions people make on that, but it is kind of unique because we haven't seen any units in the game that actually do that, right? That provide an increase of, certain stat effects here. So again, first skill, stuns. Second skill, this is nice. Attack break and a defense break with a 50% chance here. Again, it will land 100% chance if the Great is activated. So that's cool. And then the last skill here, another passive, increase the allies of, increase accuracy by 10% whenever an enemy resists a harmful effect, and resistance as well whenever enemy gets an automatic effect. So the question is, where is the cap on this, right? I mean, this sounds too broken. After a long fight or whatnot here, you can literally have max accuracy, max resistance, which again, I think it's going to be beneficial for some of us early to mid game players. We pull in when to mess around in like PvP or whatnot here, but the majority of the people out there that are late game, end game, they're already ruining up their monsters for, super high accuracy, super high resistance. So curious to see where this is going to fit in. Essentially, it's just an enabler, right? A unit's going to provide a defense break, attack break, and like I said, should be interesting. Well, like I said, I don't know where it's going to fit in the meta, but it'll be interesting here. Now, I think this one here was one of the ones that I saw that was pretty cool. We got the stun, right? We got the same skills as before. We got the attack and defense buff for the same as the fire one here, and then this one here attacks attacks allies with the attack power increase in effect will decrease the enemy's defense by 1 turn with a 50% chance. So this essentially turns every single unit with an attack power, they essentially make them like they got a defense break, which is going to be great, right? That's just going to speed up the process of trying to take down your opponent here, assuming that you got the attack buffs, right? So that'd be really, really cool. And then if you have the defense increase in effect, it will decrease the attack power 1 turn with 50% chance when they are attacked. Again, really, really unique mechanic. I'll give credit where credit is due to come to us. Nothing that we've seen before, so it's nice to see something different, something refreshing here. Now for the 0.0001% of you that will pull the LD unit, yeah, this is what we got going on for the light one, Madeline. We got the stuns, we got the buffs here similar to the previous one, and then we got an ability that's going to reduce all allies kill cooldowns by 1 turn and increase the duration and grants some beneficial effects by 1 turn, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Again, this pairs well with the initial skill too, right? Because we're going to be able to get this for 3 turns. We got a 3-turn cooldown when we get maxed out, so it's basically going to have a 100% uptime, which is actually pretty nice here. And then the increases the duration of beneficial effects granted on allies by 1 turn if Great is activated. So again, this is actually really cool, right? This is basically going to keep these buffs on, I feel like, at all times, right? That's going to be I like that. Deborah, gotta love that. stuns. We got the defense and attack break here as always, and then the last skill here, another passive decrease the decrease in effects of the attack power, defense, and attack speed enemies receive. So again, that's going to be really nice. That's going to speed up the way, you know, the amount of damage that we're going to be doing, the amount of damage that we're going to mitigate, because they got the attack power break that's a little bit harder, and of course the speed that we're going to do in it. And when we talk about this game being a all-around speed, I mean, hey, that's pretty strong. I mean, that's pretty strong. Let's see where that fits in the meta. You guys let me know what you're thinking about this unit. How would you incorporate it? What kind of combos you might be utilizing? That, like I said, you know, even though I don't see anything that's like super game breaking, again, I'm jumping the gun here. Literally have not looked at any videos. Literally have not talked to anybody. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting my initial opinion here. It's probably going to be wrong. So we'll just have to see how what you guys think here. So again, let's take a look at the last units here. I believe these are the Weapon Masters, which again, shout out to Comptos one time. They do look pretty cool. They do look pretty cool. And shout out to Sam Sepp in my guild. He actually just pulled this Carlos, so curious to see how he plays into this one for Siege. This will be good. Okay, so Weapon Masters. First skill, heal break, 30% chance that can go up to a 50% chance here, so not super reliable, but hey, it's good, right? Got a multi-hidden ability, brain-dead effect for 2 turns and then hits 3 more times. Damage increases if the enemy's HP condition is bad. I really am down with this kind of skill. This reminds me of my Avaris. Being able to do a little bit more damage as the enemy's HP condition is worse. I like this because again, this is something that you could incorporate alongside with the artifacts to even get more value out of it. Really nice. I love that skill there. And then the last skill, increases the attack bar by 75% when the enemy's dies, and your attack power increases by up to 300%, equal to the dead target's attack space power, which is kind of really nice. I'm curious to see. I mean, it goes by up to 300%, but I wonder how many times it can stack. So what I think about this unit right here, when I think about the weapons, I feel like this unit is kind of like a counter to Nana for the people that are abusing Nana. You know, they may be able to revive and get a lot of stacks here, but every single time they die, you know, this guy gets the attack power, right? And then, you know, maybe he might have a little bit of attack power already. He might be able to cut, and the damage that he can do is going to speed up the process of taking whatever unit you kill down again. So I do like that. This looks like an anti-Nana, you know, unit, which is going to be kind of cool. I think it'll fare well considering how strong Nana is, right? So heal block, we got the AoE beneficial effect blocker, which is great. We haven't seen this in a while, but it's also a glancing AoE glancing as well with a high chance. And again, this will go up to a 90% and a 3-turn cooldown, doing damage based on enemy's max HP. The damage incorporation, enemy's max HP, not really hot for RTA, but again, I like the AoE. I like the AoE defense, sorry, beneficial effect blocker and glancing. You know, there's a lot of beneficial effects right now in the game. That's what people are going crazy on, right? The Wu says the Riley, so I think this will fit well in the meta. We'll have to see though how it unfolds, right? Then this last skill, attacks on enemies if there are 3 or more enemies, yeah. And attacks to select the target 6 times if there are less than 3 enemies, okay. The damage increases according by the enemy's max HP, and the attack decreases the enemy's max HP for enemy's attack speed for 2 turns. Okay, that'd be interesting. I like the mechanic of, like, you know, if there's it's an AoE, but then it hits the selected target depending on how many units there is, right? So that means like even though it kind of reminds me of one of the games that I'm playing right now, Ace on the Side, where like you got certain AoEs that do AoEs, but depending on how many units are in the playing field, like it might do more damage here. So the fact of the matter is that this is kind of a universal skill, so there's going to be a lot of value out of it, and I think it'll work well here. I think it'll work well. We got a universal leader skill, not too bad at all, not too bad. Speaking of which, I did look at this one, critical rate. We got attack buff, and then okay, we got heal. So I was curious to see if they're ever going to drop another 33% arena lead. That'd be curious to see if they incorporate that, right? But so far, doesn't look like there's anything out there. First skill here, heal break as always. This one's similar to the fire one, right? Having the brain effect with the additional attacks here. Enemy's condition is bad, we get more damage. And then the next one here, the passive improvisation. The attack power increases as your HP decreases, yeah. So and then you attack additionally when attacking an enemy on your turn. Okay, so some ways of getting that additional damage, and then this could deal damage proportion to your max HP if your HP exceeds 50%, and it recovers HP equal to the damage if it is 50% or below. So really unique, right? You have the ability to do extra damage depending on where your HP is at, and then you also have the ability to go ahead and recover as well. I'm trying to think about this one. This kind of reminds me of the some similar aspects of the win Onimusha, right? You know, damage is kind of scaled towards this. It's like current HP, right? And then again, like I said, it has its own kind of built-in mechanic to provide a little bit of heal, do some damage here. I think that's I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna like, you know, really make a huge impact on it, but I do like the mechanic of that. That is pretty nice. That is pretty nice. I'll tell you what, though, so many passives on all these units. Like, apparently, maybe Tessarian is going to come back into play, or Herney, right? Let's see some of these Oblivion monsters come into field. Okay, again, heal break. We got the brain effect here, and then this one here, final strike addition attacks additionally when you attack an enemy on your turn, and the attack absorbs 30% of the enemy's attack bar, and if the enemy's HP exceeds 30%, the damage that ignores the target's defense by 30 if it's 30% or below. Okay. So if it's if I'm reading this correctly, right, it's going to do additional damage depending on where the HP is at. And if it's down 30% or below, it's going to ignore the target's defense. So it's, again, kind of like, I guess that's kind of like how it says, right? Final strike is going to do massive amounts of damage depending on where the HP is. And then maybe we can get, again, a little bit more value out of those artifacts that improve the damage depending on what the HP condition of the unit is. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Maximilian, I like the name, right? Heal break, we got the beneficial effect and glancing buff according to max HP, and then last but not least, a multi-hidden ability AoE 4 times. Each attack will decrease the defense for 2 turns, decrease attack bar, grants continuous damage, and absorb the attack bar respectively. So this is a pretty big skill going down to a 4-turn cooldown. And notice that, guys, this is not like a % activation to prop. This is 100% activation, assuming you hit that accuracy resistance check here. Pretty nice as well. This one here, 70%, it goes up to 90%, but this one here, 100% activation. So that's pretty strong. Again, I'm curious to see where it goes here. It looks like we do have a universal leader skill for 24%, which is not too bad here, but curious to see how this one's going to fit in. This is obviously a pretty nice debuffer. I don't know. I mean, like, it's good, but you know, there's nothing out about this unit that's like outrageously you know, unique, right? You got a little bit of attack bar absorption here. Hitting multi-hits, attack bar absorption, essentially you could probably cycle through and get another turn if they don't have any immunity, right? You provide all those defense, all those debuffs, attack bar absorption, you can kind of ride right back into this. I mean, let's put it this way. This is like the new debuff king, right? That's pretty much what it is. So this will be interesting. A lot of abilities to cycle through his turns, 3-turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that fits in. Again, fam, if you guys are watching it right now, it is Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning here. Now, I know we have set aside some time to do summons during the holidays. For those who don't know, December 22nd, December 23rd, I took off the days literally to do summons for people in the morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, as well as in the evening at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But now that the units already dropped, I'm sure some people are going to be ready to summon and try to see what they can get. So if you guys want to shoot me an email, childish402@gmail.com, let me know if you're ready to do your summons. Please feel free to reach out to me there, and then we'll try to make some arrangements to, you know, hop on stream and you know, try to get you guys some new Nat 5s. So again, guys, do me a favor, show your support, leave a comment in the comment section down below telling me what your overall thoughts are on the new units, the Blacksmith as well as the Weapon Master. All right, curious to hear your feedback on that. All right, do me a favor, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.